Los Angeles, California, April 22nd, 1993, Thursday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Linda Lee Cadwell sits alone on the worn leather couch in her living room. She is 48 years old now. The black in her hair has begun to surrender to gray. She wears a dark sweater, faded jeans, and soft house slippers, the kind of clothes people wear when they are not expecting visitors, when they are simply trying to survive the day. The house is modest, not poor, but far from lavish. A middle-class American home filled not with luxury, but with memory. Family photographs line the walls like silent witnesses. Bruce in his prime, shirtless, coiled with power, eyes burning with that unmistakable intensity. Brandon as a baby in his mother's arms. Brandon as a boy, grinning into the camera. Brandon as a teenager, beautiful and restless. Brandon as a young man, tall and serious, carrying both charisma and burden in equal measure. Linda and Bruce on their wedding day in 1964, impossibly young, smiling with the kind of hope only the young can wear so openly. The furniture is old, softened by years of use. The coffee table bears faint water rings from cups long since emptied. Bookshelves sag beneath martial arts manuals, philosophy books, old scripts, family owls, and decades of paper that no one ever quite finds the courage to throw away. Against one wall stand several cardboard boxes. They are Brandon's, everything that was returned after his death. His clothes, his notebooks, his books, his small private things, the remains of a life interrupted. 3 weeks ago, on March 31st, Brandon Lee was shot on the set of The Crow in Wilmington, North Carolina. A prop gun malfunction, a blank round, a bullet fragment lodged in the barrel. A fatal chain of negligence and chance. The force of the blank expelled the fragment like a live round. It struck him in the abdomen. He was rushed to the hospital. Surgeons fought to save him for hours. They could not. He died at 28 years old. 12 days ago, Linda buried her son. The funeral was enormous. Hundreds came. Friends, relatives, colleagues, admirers, strangers who felt they knew him because they had watched him fight so hard to become himself. Brandon was buried beside Bruce in Lakeview Cemetery in Seattle. Father and son, side by side, both gone too young. Both taken in the midst of becoming. Both consumed by lives that seemed destined for greatness and cut short before greatness had time to settle into peace. Now Linda sits in the house where Brandon grew up, surrounded by the ghosts of two men she loved more than language can hold. For 2 weeks, she has avoided this task, sorting through his belongings, touching what he touched, holding what he held, opening boxes that feel less like boxes and more like wounds. But grief does not pause forever. Eventually, the dead leave behind objects, and the living must decide what to do with them. Linda leans forward and opens the first box. Clothes, a stack of t-shirts she remembers him wearing around the house, a black sweater, worn jeans, a leather jacket he loved. She lifts the jacket carefully, as if it might bruise in her hands. Then she brings it to her face and inhales. It still smells like cologne. Cigarettes, faint traces of skin, of movement, of the ordinary intimacy that belongs only to people we have loved up close. That scent breaks something in her. Tears come immediately. She doesn't fight them. She has cried so much in the past 3 weeks that tears no longer feel dramatic. They feel mechanical now, natural, like weather. She sets the jacket aside and reaches for the second box, books. Brandon read constantly, not casually, but hungrily. Philosophy, poetry, screenplays, comic books, acting texts, biographies. There is a worn copy of the Crow graphic novel, its pages bent and softened from use. Several books are marked with notes in the margins. One notebook is filled with his handwriting, ideas for films, fragments of dialogue, half-born concepts, questions he wanted to explore, projects he meant to begin. Stories he meant to finish, dreams that now end mid-sentence. Linda runs her fingers over the pages, as if by tracing the pressure of his pen, she might still reach him. Then she opens the third box. This one is smaller, more intimate. Photographs, letters, old certificates from martial arts classes when he was a child, a medal from a youth tournament, a folded birthday card she gave him when he turned 21. He kept it. That undoes her more than anything else so far. Not the dramatic things, not the tragedy, just that simple fact that he kept a card his mother gave him years ago. At the bottom of the box, wrapped carefully in a faded cloth, is something she does not recognize. A smaller box, wooden, old, darkened by time until the grain is nearly black. Chinese characters are carved into the lid, delicate and deliberate. Linda lifts it slowly. It is not physically heavy, and yet it feels heavy, as if it has been waiting. She sets it on the coffee table and opens it. Inside are things that belong to Bruce, items she has not seen in 20 years. A pair of nunchaku from his training days, a small jade pendant he wore from time to time, a few photographs from Hong Kong taken before they were married, a period before they were married, before the films, before the myth, when he was still only a young martial artist with impossible dreams and absolute certainty that the world would one day have to see him. Underneath those items, carefully hidden beneath layers of silk cloth, is an envelope, old-fashioned, yellowed with age. The paper brittle at the edges. On the front, in black ink now faded toward gray, is a single word, Brandon. Linda stops breathing for a moment. Her fingers begin to shake. She knows that handwriting. She lived with it for 9 years. She saw it on scraps of paper by the phone, on pages of unfinished scripts, on notes left in the kitchen, on letters sent from hotel rooms and airports and film sets. This is Bruce's handwriting. Her pulse rises. A letter to Brandon. How has she never seen this before? Bruce died in July of 1973. Brandon was only 8 years old. Why would Bruce write such a letter? Why would Brandon keep it hidden? Why would it be wrapped in silk and stored like something sacred, something too private to be touched by anyone else? Linda places the envelope on the table because her hands are trembling too badly to trust them. She closes her eyes, steadies herself, then picks it up again. The seal gives way easily. Time has already loosened it. Inside is a single sheet of paper, folded once. She unfolds it carefully. At the top of the page is a date, June 15, 1973, a month before Bruce died. Linda begins to read, "My dear Brandon, if you are reading this letter, then I am no longer alive. I am writing these words on June 15, 1973. You are 8 years old right now. You are outside in the backyard practicing the form I showed you this morning. I can see you through the window. You are trying so hard to get every movement exactly right. You are so serious, so determined, so focused. You look so much like I did when I was a boy that sometimes it startles me. I am writing this not because I am ill and not because I am afraid. I am writing it because life makes no promises. A man can live another 50 years. A man can die tomorrow. None of us are told which it will be. And if I am not there to watch you become a man, there are things I need to leave with you. First, you do not have to become me. The world will try to place my name on your shoulders. It will ask you to carry it before you are strong enough to understand its weight. People will expect things from you because you are my son. They will expect speed, discipline, brilliance, strength. They will compare your every movement to mine. They will ask you to live inside a shadow that was never yours to begin with. Do not let them decide who you are. If you choose martial arts, choose them because they awaken something true inside you. Choose them because they make you feel alive, because movement becomes freedom, because discipline becomes peace. Do not choose them out of duty to me, and never out of fear of disappointing anyone. And if you choose another life entirely, if you wish to become an artist, a writer, a teacher, an actor, a musician, or something no one around you understands, then choose that fully. A meaningful life is not built from obedience to expectation. It is built from honesty. What matters is not the title you carry. What matters is whether your spirit recognizes itself in the path you walk. Second, do not fear failure. Failure is not an enemy. Failure is a teacher that speaks harshly but truthfully. I have failed more times than people know. I have been rejected. I have been told I was too Chinese, too small, too intense, too different. I have made mistakes in work, in love, in anger, in pride. I have wounded people I cared for because I was too determined to conquer the world before I had learned to conquer myself. If you fail, and you will, because every man who attempts something real will fail, do not let failure convince you that you are unworthy. Let it sharpen you. Let it humble you. Let it reveal what still needs to be built inside you. The strongest men are not those who never fall. They are those who fall, rise, fall again, and continue rising until they understand that endurance itself is victory. Third, be kinder to yourself than I have been too much for my own mind and body. I have pushed myself beyond exhaustion. I have chased perfection as if perfection were a place a man could finally arrive and rest. But perfection is a mirage. It drives you forward, and if you are not careful, it also robs you of joy. My ambition has given me success, yes, but it has also stolen moments from me. It has made me impatient. It has kept my mind on the next task, the next fight, the next achievement, while life was happening in front of me. It has made me miss quiet moments with you, with your sister, with your mother, moments I should have cherished more deeply. So work hard, dream greatly, discipline yourself, become excellent, but do not hate yourself in the process. Success is too expensive if it costs you your own peace. Fourth, protect your family. Your mother is one of the strongest human beings I have ever known. She has walked beside me through every storm. When the world doubted me, she did not. When I was angry, she remained steady. When I was lost in ambition, she remembered what love looked like. If I am gone, honor her, not because obligation demands it, but because she deserves it. She has carried more than anyone sees. She has sacrificed more than anyone will ever applaud. And watch over your sister too. The world will underestimate her because she is a girl. Teach her never to underestimate herself. Remind her that strength does not belong to men alone. Tell her her father believed that courage, spirit, and power live just as fiercely in women. If you can help make her believe that about herself, then you will have done something worthy. Finally, Brandon, I want to say something plainly, something men in our culture do not always say aloud. I love you. I do not love you for what you may become. I do not love you for your talent, your discipline, your strength, or your accomplishments. I love you because you are my son, because you are here, because watching you grow has been one of the great joys of my life. Every morning that I train, some part of me thinks of the world you will inherit. Every film I make, I hope that one day you will watch it and understand not just what I did, but why I did it. Every lesson I try to teach contains some hope that perhaps one day it will help guide you when I no longer can. I hope I live long enough to see the man you become. I hope I see you find love. I hope I watch you discover your purpose. I hope I am there the day you realize that being yourself is more powerful than becoming anyone else. I hope I am there when you build your own life and perhaps one day hold your own child in your arms. But if I am not, if these words reach you because I left too soon, then remember this above all else. You are enough. You have always been enough. You will always be enough. Do not spend your life trying to earn the right to exist. Do not live as a prisoner of my name. Step out of my shadow and stand where your own light can find you. Be water, my son. Flow, change, adapt, become, but never betray the deepest truth inside yourself. Whatever the world asks of you, do not forget who you are. I am proud of you. I will always be proud of you. Your father, Bruce By. The time Linda reaches the signature, her vision is blurred. Tears have fallen onto the paper, darkening the F, added ink. She stares at the page in silence. Bruce wrote this 20 years ago, a month before he died. A father writing to a son he feared he might not live to raise, and somehow, impossibly, this letter had remained hidden all these years. Maybe Brandon never found it until later. Maybe he found it and kept it so close, so private, so painful, that he could not bear to speak of it. Maybe he read it over and over in silence. Maybe he could only protect it because he didn't know what else to do with it. Linda doesn't know. All she knows is that she is now sitting in a darkening room, holding a letter from a dead husband addressed to a dead son. And the grief of that is almost too large to survive. She reads it again, then again. Each sentence cuts deeper the second time. You do not have to become me. But Brandon spent much of his life trying to escape the relentless gravity of his father's legacy. Wherever he went, Bruce's name arrived first. Every role, every interview, every introduction carried the same invisible burden. Bruce Lee's son, never simply Brandon, never fully permitted to arrive as himself. Do not fear failure. Brandon's early career was full of rejection, uncertainty, and the kind of scrutiny that poisons confidence. Some wanted him only because of his father. Others dismissed him for the exact same reason. He questioned his own talent. He doubted whether success, if it came, would ever truly belong to him. Be kinder to yourself. Linda had seen his self-criticism, seen the way he drove himself, seen how deeply he wanted to prove that he deserved his place in the world, not as an heir, not as a symbol, but as a man. Protect your family. He did. He called often. He came home when he could. He watched over Shannon. He loved fiercely, even while carrying grief and expectation that began before he was old enough to name them. I love you. Linda presses her hand against her mouth. Did Brandon know that? Did he feel it? Bruce had loved deeply, but not always openly. He expressed love through teaching, through effort, through pressure, through sacrifice, but the words themselves, simple, direct, unguarded, had rarely been spoken. And here they are now, written clearly, without pride, without performance, without distance. I love you. I am proud of you. You are enough. Linda folds the letter with unbearable care and places it back inside the envelope. Then she holds it to her chest and breaks, not the quiet crying of exhaustion, not the controlled weeping of someone trying to remain functional. This is older than that, deeper, a violent, body-shaking grief that comes from a place beneath. Thought, the kind that empties the lungs, the kind that bends the spine, the kind that reminds a person that sorrow is not just emotional, it is physical, animal, absolute. She cries for Bruce, who died at 32 and never saw his son become a man. She cries for Brandon, who spent so much of his life trying to carry what was never meant to crush him. She cries for the cruel timing of love, for words written in time, discovered too late, and understood only after both sender and receiver are gone. She cries for herself because she has now buried them both. Hours pass. The afternoon light drains from the windows. Shadows fill the room. The photographs on the walls disappear slowly into the dark. Still Linda sits there, holding the envelope. At last, she rises. She walks to the telephone. She dials her daughter. When Shannon answers, Linda's voice is quiet and unsteady. Shannon, I found something. Can you come over? Shannon arrives 30 minutes later. Linda says almost nothing. She simply hands her the letter. Shannon reads. Linda watches the emotions move across her daughter's face. Shock, recognition, grief, tenderness, disbelief, the same storm, the same wound opening in a different heart. When Shannon finishes, she lowers the page slowly. He never showed me this, she whispers. Linda sits beside her. Maybe he was waiting for the right time, she says. Shannon stares at the paper. Or maybe, she says softly, he couldn't bear to read it because if he really let it in, because if he really let it in, then he'd have to accept that Dad knew he might die, that maybe, in some way, he was saying goodbye. Neither woman speaks after that. The silence between them is full, not empty, but heavy with memory. Two women on a couch, a widow and a daughter. Both loved Bruce Lee. Both loved Brandon Lee. Both now left to tend what remains. Words, photographs, objects, memory. Finally, Linda speaks. I'm going to publish it. Shannon turns to look at her. Are you sure? Linda looks down at the letter in her hands. Yes. Why? Because people think they know who Bruce was? Linda says. They know the legend, the fighter, the icon, the myth. But they don't know this man, the father, the human being. The man who worried about his son, the man who wanted his child to be free. Shannon's eyes fill again. People will cry. Linda nods. Good, she says. Let them. 3 months later, the letter is published in a martial arts magazine. Then newspapers begin printing it. Then television programs discuss it. Soon it travels far beyond the world of martial arts. Across America, across Asia, across Europe, around the world. Millions read Bruce Lee's words to his son. And millions are moved not only because Bruce and Brandon are both gone, but because the letter exposes something more power. UL than fame, vulnerability, not the vulnerability of weakness. The vulnerability of love spoken honestly. For many readers, the letter becomes more affecting than Bruce's fights, more intimate than his films, more revealing than any interview, because it shows the man behind the myth, a father aware that life is fragile, a man trying, in private, to give his son what every child secretly longs for, to be loved without condition, and released from impossible expectation. People do not only cry for Bruce and Brandon, they cry for themselves, for fathers who never said what they felt, for sons who spent years trying to earn love that was already theirs, for the conversations postponed, the letters never written, the calls never made. The tenderness buried beneath pride, masculinity, fear, culture, or time. The letter endures because it says something universal. The people we love may not be here tomorrow. What must be said should be said now, not later, not when life settles down, not when the moment is perfect. Now, Bruce Lee understood that in 1973, he wrote the words, but he did not deliver them. Maybe he believed there would be more time. Maybe he thought Brandon was still too young. Maybe he wanted to wait until his son was older, stronger, better able to understand the weight of such a message. But time did what time does. It closed. First on Bruce. Then, years later, on Brandon. And what remains now is this letter, a page of yellowed paper, fading ink. A father's love preserved too late to say, but not too late to matter. Because even delayed love can still teach. Even unfinished words can still heal someone else. Even grief, when shared, can become a form of truth. Bruce Lee's letter to Brandon was never only for Brandon. In the end, it became a message for everyone. Say what you can. Write the letter. Make the call. Tell the people you love that you love them. Do not wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time is a luxury life does not promise. And if you wait too long, all that may remain is silence and the unbearable weight of everything you meant to say.